Here we are again, Vincenzo's Kitchen. And today what we're going to do is put together something sweet, which is a rarity for me. But every now and then I just would really like to have, just a nice cookie to wrap my teeth and lips around, just so I totally don't deny myself. And so we're just going to get right to it. Now what I've got in my bowl here is I have 1 cup of almond flour, that's 12.5 net carbs, and I have a full cup of the Swerve confectioners that I'm going to add just a pinch of cinnamon to. This is ground cinnamon. These are gluten-free. These are going to be lower carb, but they're going to be full flavor. So we've added a shot or 2 of the cinnamon. We're going to take that and we're just going to very quickly mix that in with our flour and our Swerve. I'm a true chocoholic, so what I've done is got some Pecans, no sugar added, dark chocolate chips, and 3 ounces of this is roughly 10 carbs. So we're already talking about 22 carbs. So we're going to pop those guys in there. Not a lot, but enough so that we know we're eating a chocolate, almond, nutty, good cookie. And in my microwave, I already took a stick of butter and I melted it down, and I'm allowing it to cool somewhat because I don't want this to melt everything as of yet. And I'm going to take some unsweetened coconut chips, and I'm just going to break them up in little pieces with my hand and toss them into the mix just to add some bulk and to add those interesting flavors to a good cookie. This is kind of like a Sausalito type cookie. It should be quite good. I'm hoping to get a dozen out of there to keep the carb count pretty low. And we also have some pecans, and these happen to be whole ones. They're not salted or sweetened, although I think to sweeten these guys up would have been the thing to do. But I'm just going to crush them right in my hand. I could have beat them in a, with one of the meat tenderizers in a Ziploc bag, but I'm just going to throw them in there. And I actually want 2 handfuls in there. I'll let them crunch on themselves. You can kind of hear them crunching. Pecans are probably the lowest carb nut that you can have there. And so we're going to dry mix all of our ingredients here so that they evenly distribute. And that looks pretty good. And I'm going to add my cup of melted butter in there. I already have my pan lined with parchment paper, and my oven is warming up on 350. You should have to bake about 8 or 10 minutes here. I wanted to see what the consistency is because I really want to get a dozen here. If I can get more, that would be great. And I'm going to add 1 egg to this mixture. I don't want it runny, but I don't want it quite as dry as it is. So we'll add that 1 egg. Yeah, that'll do it. So our total carbs for this ought to be right around 20 right here. I'm going to let this absorb the liquid here. Yeah, that looks great. So you've got all kind of good flavors in there. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this. I probably should chill it down before I do this to make it a little stiffer, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to take my mixture and start dolloping it onto my cookie sheet. I'm using a tablespoon, and I think that'll work fine. And when these come out of the oven, what I intend to do is drop a couple of white chocolate chips on them. I may even do that before they go in the oven, but I don't think so. This is a nice cookie mixture. As I said, it's a rarity that I make sweets. Every now and then when I just really need to have a little bit of sweetness, I'll make some fudge. And I'll eat that. And that's usually enough to carry me over. So what we have here is goodness. We've got some sweetness. 36, 36, 36. So what we have here is we've got 18 cookies out of this, which even decreases the carb even better. That almost makes it like one, maybe 1.5 grams of carbs per cookie. And man, I can live with that. All right, so here's what they look like going in on the tray. As I said, I might add a few white ones on there just to give it some contrasting color taste, because these are nice and buttery. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 of these on each one of the cookies before they bake and just let them melt onto there. So we'll add a couple of carbs to the total mixture, but again, you're still talking about 1.5 to 2 carbs per cookie, which is, in my book, is fabulous. And you don't have to deny yourself, you know, the benefit or the luxury of having something sweet to grab a hold of when you just really want something. Need a couple of more of those. All right, and there we go. That's what they're going to look like before they go into the oven. I'll post a picture out of the oven on my Facebook page. There's another original recipe, Vincenzo's Kitchen. Remember to be kind to one another. Help your neighbor if you can. All right, we'll see you.